part 2 of the number 8 on the Hermetic Memory Wall, and here on the Tree of Life. And so, number 8 is splendor, Had, Mercury. In Sanskrit, it would be called points thought or chit. Adornment is another word. It's the air sign, so it's one of thinking. And so I have one quote, famous quote from that. Mind is an apt tool and an ill master. Something you've heard a lot. There's a description of it as illusion, imbalance, weakness, and the effeminate male. And that makes a lot of sense because on the other side, number 7 is the masculine female. And that mirrors what's happening at the very top with the numbers 2 and 3, where the male presents as female and the female presents as male. And this is important because that's what we're striving towards, is embodying the other gender. And you see that as you get higher and higher. And it makes sense then that in the New Orleans voodoo deck that I have here, the earth sign is always one of the Orisha, and so this one is Shango, the spirit of fire. And there's a famous story about him escaping from his enemies and dressing up as a woman. And it's important that this king of fire, this human who actually rose to the level of a force of nature, which is not a common thing, was someone who very much embraced their feminine side. And so it speaks to the power in magic of learning what gender means and embracing the other side of it. And not to be gendered. What gender in mysticism only confirms all of the crazy, fascinating human gender out there in the world. Male and female might be 2 poles of what's going on, but I suspect that there's a third pole of things as well, and there's a spectrum in between all of this that just makes what we see about sex in both nature and in humans so rich and fascinating and cool. So, anyway, another quote that goes along with that is from Lazarus Laughed, the Eugene O'Neill play that I've talked about before. We love men flaming towards the stars. It's a little symbol I made there. And also a quote from Clyde Trapani from via Elkin's Secrets of the UFO. Never allow your mind to be your sole ruler. A man who allows his heart to think will not perish. Okay, and now let's get over to the entries on number 8 on the over here. And the first one is, this is great, Leary's Circuits of Survival. This is from Robert Anton Wilson's book, and I'll put this on Instagram as well. But the circuits that we go through in humanity, and most of us stop here at like circuit 4 or 5, but use drugs or things to get to the rest of them. You also, according to Ra, the cycles of wisdom we move through, the 8 cities from Buddhism, the magic powers you can develop, and then in Buddhism as well, the Noble Eightfold Path and what you should be paying attention to. So there's a little bit about number 8. Feel free to hit me up with more questions, and I hope you're enjoying the numbers series.